Now at 9, a deadly attack on Bondi Beach in Australia is now being labeled as an act of terrorism. Plus, the holidays come alive with a concert at North Park Mall today in Joplin. And it's the season of giving, and local charities are feeling the pressure.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News on Fox 14. I'm Anthony Saviello. Heart-wrenching news out of Australia today. New details about a mass shooting in Sydney, Australia that happened Saturday on Bondi Beach. Authorities say the death toll now stands at 15. Dozens more were injured when 2 gunmen, a father and a son, opened fire at an event that appears to have targeted the Jewish community. Hundreds of people had gathered at Bondi Beach to mark the first day of Hanukkah. Police have called the incident a terrorist attack and say they are still trying to determine how this deadly attack happened.
We will continue to investigate this matter thoroughly. It's important for the community to have the reassurance that New South Wales Police, working with our Commonwealth partners, will not stop until we understand the reasons behind this senseless incident and take any available action that we need to do.
Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese denounced the shooting. He called it an act of pure evil. 2 women have been hospitalized and 1 man is in custody after reports of gunshots in Pittsburgh this morning. Police say after interviews with witnesses, it was determined the shooting occurred after an altercation between the 2 women, 22-year-old and 23-year-old, and individuals in a vehicle. The women both suffered from gunshot wounds, but are reported to be in stable condition. A man now identified as 23-year-old Walter Herrera Alvarez, who was in the vehicle but not involved in the initial altercation, has been placed under arrest for 2 counts of aggravated battery. He is being held without bond. The other individuals in the vehicle were released after questioning. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Austin Stantz for a first look at weather.
Yeah, thanks, Anthony. We are going to see that Arctic air stick around as we head throughout the evening tonight. 22 degrees by 4 a.m., still in the 20s, waking up tomorrow morning. It is going to be a chilly evening tonight. We're going to see those winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, not as gusty, but it's still going to make things feel like the single digits as you're waking up for your Monday morning. So make sure you're bundling up as you're getting ready to head out the door. Expect plenty of sunshine for your Monday, but I am tracking a cold finish to the weekend for tonight, but I have warmer temperatures on the way, and I'll also get a peek into the holidays and what you can expect. All that is going to be coming up in my full forecast in just a few minutes.
Austin, thanks. It's the season of giving, and local charities are giving more than ever before. Chris Bryant has a look at the challenges charities are facing this holiday season, including a regional food bank in the Ozarks.
Those needs don't go away. Like even after the shutdown ended, a lot of people had to make tough choices during that month-and-a-half period of figuring out, do I buy food or do I keep the lights on? Or do I put gas in my car in order to get to work? A lot of those choices have really lingering effects that we still have to help serve.
During the height of COVID-19, Ozarks Food Harvest would assist nearly 50,000 people and families across its service area. That number continued to climb as we climbed out of the pandemic, up to 80,000 families in 2025.
These aren't folks that are just going to be receiving food indefinitely. A lot of folks are just suddenly hitting that 4th week of the month and saying, oh, I don't suddenly have enough funds to make it. And that's what our pantries are there for, is to make sure that they can make it towards the end of the month and that their kids don't go hungry and that they can still be able to show up for their jobs and their families.
While the government shutdown played a part in an increased need this year, other factors like the rising cost of food and services have also impacted the bottom line. Jordan Browning with Ozarks Food Harvest says those who need help should reach out because waiting can create a bigger need for families.
So we're still seeing that increased demand across the community, and that's not only here in Greene County, that's across our service area as a whole. So that means not only are we needing additional funds and food, but all of our 270 connecting agencies are seeing that demand as well.
This year, Ozarks Food Harvest has seen an $800,000 increase in spending, with $500,000 going towards food costs and the other $30,000 in grants to help partner organizations. Across town, the Salvation Army says its donations have remained steady.
We are seeing tremendous giving from the community, both in the gift of time, the gift of toys, and the gift of funds. So far, we're trending ahead at our kettles, but we have a long ways to go to meet our goal. So we really appreciate all the donations that everyone can give, especially during these match days. It's really going to make a difference.
Still ahead on KOAM News, the holidays are a time for celebration, but they can also put your heart at risk. Being heart healthy is a year-round goal, but the American Heart Association says that research shows more people die from heart attacks at the end of December than at any other time of the year. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why and has more on how to stay heart healthy over the holidays.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, but for your heart, it's also the most dangerous as the number of heart attacks spike during the holidays.
Most people don't think about the fact that during the holidays, you can get in trouble even if you don't have any history of heart problems or medical problems at all by doing some of the things that you normally do during holidays.
Cardiologist Dr. Taiwan Tillman with Orlando Health calls it holiday heart syndrome, where there's a sudden onset of stress on the heart or abnormal heart rhythms due to choices that are made during the holidays.
Lots of good food, sometimes a little bit more alcohol than you would normally drink. And those are all things that can place emotional stress and physical stress on your body and ultimately your heart.
To lower risk of holiday heart syndrome, Tillman says that if you plan to drink alcohol, be mindful of how much you're drinking and pace yourself.
You want to make sure that as you're drinking, try and drink a non-alcoholic drink or a glass of water in between alcoholic beverages.
And be aware of what you're eating. Tillman says salty and rich foods in particular can stress the heart, so he says to limit those things. Also, if you're hosting a party, he says offer healthy choices and non-alcoholic drinks.
It's important. You want to enjoy yourself, but you really want to celebrate smart, and you want to be mindful that these things can occur, and a little bit of prevention goes a long way.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The American Heart Association says it's also important to know and recognize the warning signs of a heart attack, which include pain or discomfort in the chest, lightheadedness, nausea or vomiting, jaw, neck, or back pain, discomfort or pain in the arm or shoulder, and shortness of breath. If you experience any of these signs, get immediate medical help. Well, changes may be coming to the products that protect people from the sun. The FDA is considering approval of bimotrizinol for the use in sunscreens. The chemical blocks both UVA and UVB rays and is already commonly used in Europe and Australia. The agency is accepting public comments and will conduct a safety review before making a final decision. Health officials say most skin cancers are caused by excessive ultraviolet exposure from the sun or tanning devices. The CDC reports skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States. Austin is next with a complete look at your forecast, and later, signs of relief for home buyers after years of high prices and high rates, why experts say affordability may finally improve.
Well, it is going to be a cold end to the weekend. Mother Nature's providing some relief in terms of warmer temperatures that we can expect heading into next week. But let's take a look at right now. Your Skywatch Storm Tracker. The good news, taking a look, things are clear out there right now. No cloud cover really expected for tonight, and it's going to remain that way. So it is going to be cold without that blanket of cloud cover trapping any warmer air, which we really haven't seen much of that today anyway. 20 degrees, our overnight low, is what can be expected. We'll see some breezy conditions, not really gusty, but they could gust upwards of about 15 miles per hour. That will also make things feel a little bit cooler heading into the overnight. Now, the Geminid meteor shower peaked last night, December 13th, 14th, between 2 and 4 a.m. The good news is it's active through December 24th. We had some cloud cover last night. Tonight's expected to be clear, so you could still catch anywhere from 100 to 120 meteors per hour tonight between midnight and 2 a.m. So be on the lookout for that. But just know that while it is the cloud cover won't be impactful tonight, these cooler temperatures, or cold temperatures, I should say, could be impactful, as it's going to feel like the single digits out there. So if you're going to try to catch that meteor shower tonight, just make sure you bundle up. The good news is we have a ridge on the way that's going to bring in some warmer temperatures temperatures into the region. Let's talk about that as we head into your Monday. Things going to be a cold start for your Monday morning, but by the time we make it into Monday afternoon, we're at 43 degrees, nearing 45 for your afternoon. Then heading into Tuesday morning, just a few passing clouds, winds still out of the south, starting our morning in the 30s on Tuesday, but making our way into the upper 50s. Some cloud cover increases as those winds out of the south start to bring in some moisture to the region, but rainfall not expected through Monday and Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday morning, a little bit warmer to start, right around 40 degrees, and then the chance for maybe a brief shower off to our south. Let's talk about the chances for more rainfall later in the week. Here we are Thursday, 6 a.m. Most of these showers, due to high pressure off to the west, are actually going to initiate off to the east. So if we see any showers, most of those are going to start firing up east of 44. That's the way things are looking right now as we're heading into Thursday. Headed into Friday, things clear out for us. We warm back up into the weekend with temperatures on Friday, 49 degrees there. Then into Saturday, we have a cold front that passes with those first round of showers, but they recover well on the weekend, 62 degrees on Saturday. Now, looking even further ahead and near the holidays, just like the ridge that we have coming in starting this week that's going to bring us some warmer temperatures, we have another ridge that's going to bring in some southwesterly flow that's going to keep our warmer temperatures as we get ready to head for the holidays. So a white Christmas, not really expected there, but we definitely could use the rain. As we take a look at your drought monitor, most of the 4 states here is either abnormally dry or in a drought level. Now, taking a look at your 10-day forecast and what you can expect ahead, we're going to see temperatures dropping into the 50s as we head into Friday, but back again, recovering again for next weekend.
Coming up, the Trump administration claims illegal border crossings are at historic lows. Border czar Tom Homan and federal officials credit tougher enforcement, but critics question who's being deported. If you're in the market to buy a new home, there's some good news for potential buyers. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan explains what experts are predicting for the housing market in 2026. Apologies for the technical difficulties with that. Southwest Airlines is making a major strategic investment in Austin, Texas. The airline announced Friday it will open a new crew base for pilots and flight attendants at the city's international airport. The base is open in March and is expected to create over 2,000 high-paying jobs. The city of Austin is supporting the effort with a $5.5 million incentive package. The deal reinforces Southwest Airlines' presence at Austin's airport. Southwest already handles more than 40% of all passenger traffic there. Up next, is Timothée Chalamet secretly a viral rapper? Fans are connecting the dots, and his no comment is only fueling the mystery. Actor Timothée Chalamet is sparking rumors he could be the mysterious British rapper SD-Kid. The anonymous artist has more than 11 million monthly Spotify listeners and performs with his face mostly covered. When asked about the rumors on a radio show, Chalamet said no comment and added all will be revealed in due time. Fans point to similar features, clothing, and Chalamet's past as a rapper as possible clues. One question remains, SD-Kid speaks with a Liverpool accent, though fans say Chalamet could pull it off. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. Coming up, police detain a person of interest after a deadly shooting at Brown University, how investigators tracked the suspect, and what we're learning about the attack during final exams. You're watching the 4 states' most watched news. The border czar and CBP commissioner say we're experiencing the most secure border in U.S. history with a record number of deportations, echoing President Trump's message of unapologetically enforcing our country's immigration laws.
This last 4 years on the Biden administration, there was an open border. Not because of mismanagement, not because of incompetence, by design.
Border czar Tom Homan at the border near the Tijuana River Valley Saturday morning, stating that illegal border crossings have dramatically declined.
President Trump and this administration is saving thousands of lives every month, and that's just a stone cold fact.
Homan says he oversees the historic deportation operation, which focuses on three main goals: border security, deportations, and finding children who entered the country during the last administration. At Homan's side was CBP Commissioner Rodney Scott, former San Diego Border Patrol chief. He says illegal entries have dropped to historic lows.
We're at 92% identifying illegal entries, 92% lower than the peaks during the Biden administration.
Scott credits the decline to the president's policies, ending catch and release and increasing prosecutions. Although critics have slammed the government's approach on current enforcement operations, Scott says that they're prosecuting people at an unprecedented level.
We are prosecuting everything we can. If you assault a Border Patrol agent, a CBP officer, an ICE agent, we're going to prosecute you. If you lie to a Border Patrol agent or any federal official, we're going to prosecute you.
The Trump administration has stated they will prioritize removing the worst of the worst. But as reported recently in the New York Times, fewer than 30% of people arrested in major ICE operations have been convicted of a crime. Homan says everybody arrested and set for deportation are in violation of federal law.
A lot of the people we arrest that are not criminals are fugitives. They got final orders issued by a federal judge, and they became a fugitive because they didn't follow the court order.
Officials promoted their current Home for the Holidays campaign, a voluntary self-deport option for people to return to their home countries via the CBP Home app. The government will pay for their flight home plus $1,000. They also say more agents are being hired and border and interior operations will continue to expand.
The majority of Americans disapproving of Donald Trump and his administration's policy. A new poll from NBC News and SurveyMonkey finds Trump's approval rating at 42%, with a disapproval rate of 58%. 27% of those polled said the economy is their top concern, with 53% saying they trust Democrats more to handle rising prices. The survey found that 71% disapprove of the Trump administration's handling of the Epstein files. Trump also seems to be losing support from MAGA Republicans, dropping from a 79% strong approval rating in April to a 70% approval rate now. Colorado investigators say they have new evidence in the JonBenét Ramsey case. The 1996 murder of the child beauty queen in her childhood home has captivated the public for decades now. In their yearly update on the case, Boulder police say they have collected and tested new evidence. However, they did not release information about that evidence. Police say they have conducted several new interviews based on tips. They have also re-interviewed some people tied to the investigation. Investigators, police said the Ramsey cold case is still a top priority for the department. Police are now searching for a motive following a deadly shooting at Brown University yesterday. It comes after federal law enforcement located a person of interest. Fox News correspondent C.B. Cotton has more.
After an hours-long manhunt, police detaining a person of interest in a mass shooting at Brown University that killed 2 students and wounded several others.
We have basis enough to bring somebody in based on a lot of different facts.
The FBI says it used cellular geolocation data to track the individual, a person in their 20s, to a hotel in Coventry, Rhode Island, early Sunday morning.
It could have been someone at that hotel who saw this person come in, maybe no baggage, dressed in a certain way and could have, made a call to the tip line.
Investigators released this video of the suspected shooter leaving the scene just after 4 p.m. Saturday. According to a law enforcement official, the shooter used a handgun and fired more than 40 9mm rounds into a classroom in the engineering building during final exams. Police also reportedly recovered 2 loaded 30-round magazines.
We're coordinating with the Attorney General's office. We're working very closely with them. We're collecting evidence. We're in the process also of interviewing individuals.
Sunday morning, the lockdown at Brown was lifted after a more than 12-hour shelter-in-place order. The university says some 2,000 students were evacuated overnight.
I'm a senior now, and I think, all things considered, I think I have to go home and give my family a hug.
Brown's provost says all final exams are canceled, and students are now free to leave for winter break. In Providence, Rhode Island, CB Cotton, Fox News.
A little later, students, parents, and local companies team up to surprise their local crossing guard with gifts, gear, and even a snowblower.
Well, it is going to be a cold end to the weekend. Mother Nature's providing some relief in terms of warmer temperatures that we can expect heading into next week. But let's take a look at right now. Your Skywatch Storm Tracker. The good news, taking a look, things are clear out there right now. No cloud cover really expected for tonight, and it's going to remain that way. So it is going to be cold without that blanket of cloud cover trapping any warmer air, which we really haven't seen much of that today anyway. 20 degrees, our overnight low, is what can be expected. We'll see some breezy conditions, not really gusty, but they could gust upwards of about 15 miles per hour. That will also make things feel a little bit cooler heading into the overnight. Now, the Geminid meteor shower peaked last night, December 13th, 14th, between 2 and 4 a.m. The good news is it's active through December 24th. We had some cloud cover last night. Tonight's expected to be clear, so you could still catch anywhere from 100 to 120 meteors per hour tonight between midnight and 2 a.m. So be on the lookout for that. But just know that while it is the cloud cover won't be impactful tonight, these cooler temperatures, or cold temperatures, I should say, could be impactful, as it's going to feel like the single digits out there. So if you're going to try to catch that meteor shower tonight, just make sure you bundle up. The good news is we have a ridge on the way that's going to bring in some warmer temperatures into the region. Let's talk about that as we head into your Monday. Things going to be a cold start for your Monday morning, but by the time we make it into Monday afternoon, we're at 43 degrees, nearing 45 for your afternoon. Then heading into Tuesday morning, just a few passing clouds, winds still out of the south, starting our morning in the 30s on Tuesday, but making our way into the upper 50s. Some cloud cover increases as those winds out of the south start to bring in some moisture to the region, but rainfall not expected through Monday and Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday morning, a little bit warmer to start, right around 40 degrees, and then the chance for maybe a brief shower off to our south. Let's talk about the chances for more rainfall later in the week. Here we are Thursday, 6 a.m. Most of these showers, due to high pressure off to the west, are actually going to initiate off to the east. So if we see any showers, most of those are going to start firing up east of 44. That's the way things are looking right now as we're heading into Thursday. Headed into Friday, things clear out for us. We warm back up into the weekend with temperatures on Friday, 49 degrees there. Then into Saturday, we have a cold front that passes with those first round of showers, but they recover well on the weekend, 62 degrees on Saturday. Now, looking even further ahead and near the holidays, just like the ridge that we have coming in starting this week that's going to bring us some warmer temperatures, we have another ridge that's going to bring in some southwesterly flow that's going to keep our warmer temperatures as we get ready to head for the holidays. So a white Christmas, not really expected there, but we definitely could use the rain. As we take a look at your drought monitor, most of the 4 states here is either abnormally dry or in a drought level. Now, taking a look at your 10-day forecast and what you can expect ahead, we're going to see temperatures dropping into the 50s as we head into Friday, but back again, recovering again for next weekend.
Coming up, the Kansas City Chiefs desperately needing a win to keep their season alive. Highlights and analysis from the Chiefs division matchup against the Chargers. That's up next in sports.
Now,
The Kansas City Chiefs need a win to keep their season alive. They take on the Los Angeles Chargers with their playoff hopes at stake. The Chiefs are 1-4 in their last 5, but they're going to get it started in this one in the red zone. Patrick Mahomes takes it himself into the end zone. KC leads 7-0. But that would be the last touchdown of the day for the Chiefs. The Chargers storm back and tie it up at 13. Final minutes of the third quarter. Cameron Dicker's right foot gives Los Angeles the 3-point lead. Kansas City, though, marches right down the field. Mahomes looking for the first down, but it's intercepted by Dayan Henley. The Chiefs would get the ball back for a chance to win, but right here, folks, this is not good. Patrick Mahomes goes down with a leg injury and does not return, which means Gardner Minshew is the Chiefs' last hope to save the season. On the brink of field goal range and elimination, he drops back, looking for more yardage and an easier field goal, but it's intercepted by Derwin James. For the first time since 2014, the Kansas City Chiefs will not be heading to the postseason. KOAM Sports Director Ryan Blank has the recap from Arrowhead.
For the first time since 2014, the Kansas City Chiefs will not be in the postseason after falling at home to the Chargers 16-13. And we could talk about the X's, we could talk about the O's, and what went wrong in this game. But with their season on the line, the Chiefs were driving late in this game with the opportunity to tie or take the lead before Patrick Mahomes went down with what appears to be a serious knee injury. Another crushing blow to what's been a challenging season.
It didn't look good. We'll just see where it goes. We'll get an MRI tomorrow or this evening, whenever they get him in there.
That dude puts so much into it. I don't think I've ever respected anybody I play with more. I've never seen anybody I play with give so much of themselves to the team. And to not get the results is hard. But I have more confidence in him than anybody to come back and be better than ever.
Just hugged him, man. That's my brother. We've been through so much. We love Pat. That's my guy.
After the game, the reality of no playoff football set in for guys like Chris Jones. But the message is to finish the season strong with 3 games remaining.
Every year you get to rent success, and sometimes it don't go the way you plan for it to go. I think we learned a lot on this year, and we understand the fact that in order to be successful, man, it's an everyday thing. It's not on 1 week, put in and the next week. No, it's a consistent thing. I think it's important to finish strong, play with pride. Most importantly, play for yourself. The name on the back of your jersey, but also the name on the front of your jersey. So I think it's going to be competitive for us, and we're going to keep on going. Something to build off on. Looking forward to next year.
You can take it one of 2 ways. You can mope around, cry about it, or you can come in ready to work and get ready for these next 3 weeks. So I think we have the guys that are going to come in and be ready for the next 3 weeks.
While there's frustration with how this season has gone, let's not lose sight of the last 8 seasons. The Chiefs, with Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the core, they've been to 7 straight AFC title games. They've been to 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls, and they have hoisted 3 Lombardi trophies. Growing up as a Chiefs fan, I couldn't have even dreamed of something like this. So it's important to keep in perspective what the organization and what the team has done for Kansas City and the surrounding communities over the last 8 seasons. The season isn't over quite yet, but there are 3 games left, and the Chiefs will be back here at Arrowhead Stadium on Christmas to battle the Broncos. Reporting for KOAM Sports in Kansas City, I'm Ryan Blank.
Well, it was confirmed after the game that Patrick Mahomes did tear his ACL. He will be out for the season. A really rough day for Chiefs fans.
Unfortunate. The good news is Chiefs tickets are probably going to be pretty cheap from here on out.
Especially on Christmas Day.
Especially on Christmas Day. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not a great place. It's very unfamiliar territory for Chiefs fans. Ryan's right. The past 8 seasons have been great for the franchise, but as you can see by our director here who created this graphic, I mean, it's kind of a tombstone. And to me, you asked me about this a little bit earlier. We talked about it. This, I think, symbolizes the end of an era, the end of a dynasty.
Yeah, it certainly looks like things are going to need to change in Kansas City. Now, they still have Patrick Mahomes, but I bet you by the next time he puts on a Chiefs uniform and pads and goes out there, this team is going to look very different.
For sure.
Travis Kelce might be gone. There's just so many questions to answer. The offensive line did not do a great job this season. Are they going to rehaul that?
Yeah.
Who knows? But there's a lot of questions to answer. And the next time the Chiefs take the field in 2026, it might be a completely different looking team.
Absolutely. Something you talked about, the offensive line. You know, the Chiefs had a battered offensive line. Mahomes himself was battered, but Mahomes was getting hit and battered and beat up even with a healthy offensive line at the beginning of this year. So I think you're right. Lots of question marks, more questions than answers for the Chiefs right now.
Yeah, and after that injury, they need to protect him as best as they can, because a second injury like that could be career-ending.
Yeah, and that would be very unfortunate, especially for such a great athlete like him. We'll be right back. It started with a Facebook post to do something nice for a school crossing guard, but the gesture turned into something that people at one high school community in Minnesota were not expecting. Kent Erdahl reports from Prior Lake.
Every single hour of every single school day, one man stands between at least 250 underdressed Prior Lake Savage students as they navigate a frozen corridor between classes that span 2 middle schools. Dave Bellis, a 76-year-old retired cop and veteran of the Marine Corps, doesn't miss much out here.
Stay here, stop.
But this bitterly cold day was the perfect cover to slip one surprise past him.
I don't think he has a clue.
Katie Banksing is a new middle school parent who didn't even know Dave's name a month ago, but wanted to say thanks after seeing his dedication in action.
I realized he's standing out there every day, several times a day. I actually said to my son, we should get him a coffee gift card for Christmas. Like, will you hand it to him when you're crossing the street? But then I had this thought, like, what if he doesn't even like coffee?
Katie decided to find out with a simple Facebook post, and shortly after sharing her idea with other parents,
it exploded. It literally exploded. At least 100 comments within a day. People, that's Dave. We know Dave. He's a veteran. He's a great guy. The kids all love him. How can we contribute? Let's do it.
At least 200 families donated, and on Friday, most of them showed up in person to deliver that surprise.
Battery operated, rechargeable, high visibility, jacket to keep you warm.
Cold weather gear came with hundreds of dollars in gift cards and a special night out on ice, of course.
Also, the Minnesota Wild want to give you guys a game day experience. So you'll maybe ride the Zamboni, maybe go on the Jumbotron.
And that wasn't even the biggest surprise.
Toro actually donated this snowblower. When they heard what we were doing, the Toro company said, we want to give Dave this snowblower.
It's hard to believe. I don't know that I've ever felt that what I do here is just that important.
But all he had to do was ask around.
It's just super respectful and kind. Every single day he's there, and I can't imagine our school without him there.
Whenever you see him, your face just glows up. You can't not like him. He's just a great guy.
Believe me, they mean more to me than I mean to them. And let's say, thank you all.
Bellis's dedication and kind heart aren't limited to the school. He and his wife spend countless hours helping provide care and support to homeless veterans throughout the community. Underwater storms are rapidly melting 2 vital Antarctic glaciers, according to a new study. Pine Island and Thwaites, the latter sometimes called the Doomsday Glacier, have experienced rapid ice loss over the past decades due to warming ocean water. Researchers say these swirling storms could have far-reaching impacts on global sea levels. The study, published in Nature Geosciences, is the first to systematically analyze how ocean water melts ice shelves over hours and days rather than years. Up next, a Canadian rock trio, Triumph, is back on tour. The band returns with classic hits like Fight the Good Fight and new energy for fans across North America. Music news this weekend as a popular Canadian rock band is heading out on a reunion tour in the new year. Rick Damigella reports.
That's Canadian power trio Triumph performing Fight the Good Fight. The band is back together for a concert tour kicking off in the new year.
Did a dry run thing where we played at the Stanley Cup playoffs in Edmonton with some new guys in the band as well. And it felt good and it felt righteous. And so, one thing led to another, and here we are.
Having co-lead vocalists was something the band knew they wanted very early in their career.
When we started rehearsing from day one, we rehearsed in a bowling alley here in Mississauga, and we realized that the music that we wanted to play, not only was it going to be a power trio, but we did not want to take breaks between songs.
This song is among the ones the band is looking forward to playing for fans.
I think Fight the Good Fight. That's one of my favorite Triumph songs of all time. I think we play it really well. The audience loves it.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damicella.
Well, the Heartland Concert Band brought a holiday cheer today with a special performance at North Park Mall. The public was invited to enjoy favorite holiday songs with the band playing across from the shoe department near the kids' play place.
Whenever I turn around and accept the applause for the band, the audience just is so appreciative, and the looks on their faces, pure joy whenever we play something that they really like. And whenever they give us whenever they demand an encore, it's such a thrill.
Some of the songs played today include hits like "Oh Christmas Tree," "A Charlie Brown Christmas," "Jingle Bells," and more. That's been our time for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy holidays. Have a great night.